Sports Dynasty podcast.
I don't hate that.
Yeah, I don't like it either. That's pretty cool. I actually like it.
I like that. It's not bad.
Anyway, I'm Trevor, and this is Juan, and we're here for another episode of your weekly dose. Well, you're technically bi-weekly. How does that work? Like twice
bi-weekly is once every 2 weeks.
All right,
so it's
twice
like
a week.
3 times a week we do this.
Yeah, twice a week we do this. Yeah, anyway. Well, whatever the name is called for it, well, we got you. We got a whole bunch of action going on right today. Picks for the NFL's Week 10. And before we do that, we have to recap the Thursday Night Football game between...
And before we do that, you need to go ahead and like, share, and subscribe our content.
Yes.
We're on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, and iHeartradio.
Yes. Also, Patriot fans, you need to check out the last Patriot Place video that we put out. You know what I'm saying? No hard.
It's all there.
It's all there. No hard feelings. You know, we just had to say what we had to say. Yeah. So I enjoyed it. I listened to it multiple times and had to make sure that I wasn't going crazy because yeah. But other than that, we did pretty well today. Hope so. We can get started.
We can recap last night's game.
Yes, the San Diego Chargers find a way to lose yet another game to a division rival.
Yeah, the quarterback was very, very much part of that.
The soon-to-be Las Vegas Raiders in Oakland beat the Chargers 26-24.
And I'm mad at myself, too, because I was kind of hyping up Oakland for this game all week, and my dumbass had picked them for some reason. This week was a very tiring week for me, so my brain wasn't working for more than half of it. So I don't know why I didn't choose Raiders when I hyped them up all week. Kind of stupid.
Phillip Rivers had 3 interceptions, but it seems to me that after every interception he threw was a penalty on the Raiders, and he should have thrown at least 5 or 6 interceptions, but at least 3 of them got negated because of penalty, which literally every interception he threw resulted in a penalty, which is weird.
He kept testing this one guy that was kind of ridiculous. His name is it Eric Harris? I don't know his first name. It's
Carl Joseph had 2 interceptions.
He had the last pick.
He had the first one and the third one.
Yeah, Harris, some white dude, was just destroying him. He was the one that had 2 interceptions, and Carl Joseph caught the game-winning one. That's what happened. I watched that game from head to toe. I loved the game. The game was great.
It was a great game as well.
Yo, I said that about Oakland Raiders game. I never thought I would ever say that about them.
But the crowd was into it because this is basically the last few games they're gonna have in Oakland at the Coliseum before they move to Las Vegas. That sucks. How does the city of Oakland lose the Golden State Warriors, and you're about to lose the Oakland Raiders in less than a year? That's terrible.
That is really bad.
That's really bad. And then the Oakland Athletics are almost right behind y'all. MLB is threatening to leave Oakland, the Athletics from Oakland because they want to build a stadium.
That really sucks for the city.
It really does suck because that's a really good fan base over there. It really does suck. So now they're all about to be 49er fans.
Yeah, I guess so. And yeah.
Nah, I don't think so. I think they have really great fan base. They'll travel with the team. And it was crazy though. But
I guess that still sucks for them though.
It really does suck. Derek Carr was pretty good in this game. You do think that John Gruden is starting to have faith in him now?
I want to know why he just let him pull the trigger. Like, I understand that it says that he throw for 10 yards per average, but I watched this game. He did not throw the ball past 10 yards at all. Why?
I don't know.
That's like scheming, or he just like, I don't want you to mess up, don't throw it deep.
I mean...
So that goes into your question. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I mean, like, because they was talking about that on Dan Patrick, and I was like, he said, do you think that he has faith in him? I'm like, I don't know. Like, it didn't seem like he did. I mean, Josh Jacobs, who's killed, who Mike Mayock, the general manager for Oakland, basically said, listen, we're going to draft a running back.
Yeah, so far, he's doing a great job.
So far, he's doing a great job as GM, even though that John Gruden has final say, like he's Belichick. I don't know what that warrants him to get final say for anything. But Mike Mayock's doing a really good job and everything, even with the Antonio Brown situation in the offseason. How Hard Knocks was a total disaster. They're 5-4. They got the Bengals next week and the Jets a week after that. They can go 7-4. They could be that number 6 seed in the AFC. We'll see how that goes, but they still have a way to go. But
now imagine if they had Antonio Brown.
Shit, you could say that they can be challenging for the division.
It's insane. All they're really missing is a top receiver for that offense because their line is really good.
Yeah,
they were doing pretty good blocking Ingram. I don't even know if Bosa was there last night. So that tells you that story. And their tight end is they found a good tight end in
Yeah,
Waller.
yeah,
So
Darren
like,
Waller pretty good. Yeah,
I'm saying so all they're missing is a top receiver, and
I think if they had Antonio, that they would be challenging for the division. But other than that, this is a pretty good game. One of the very few Thursday night football games that was actually really good. I really enjoyed this game, start to finish, and yeah, it was pretty great.
well, I'm trying to figure out is there offensive line problems in San Diego? Yeah, I'm still calling them that. They suck.
Yeah,
What? When are they ever gonna fix that? Cause dude, I know they were playing a backup at right tackle, but he was pretty much the sole reason to me why they lost the game. He allowed like 15 different pressures in one game. How do you allow such pressure? Like it was to points where the dude will snap, and he would just go straight through. Like
Yeah.
I don't understand
I think
how someone could be that bad whether you're a backup or not.
you know what's crazy, and we should probably do this probably toward the end of the season or in the off season. I don't think we realize that there's a lot of bad owners and bad management in the NFL. A lot
Yeah.
of, San Diego's one of them. And
Let's
yes,
go Spanos.
Spanos is terrible. He's a terrible owner. Like he wants to be the big. He wants to show a test. Say, listen, I'm important too.
No, you're not.
No, you're not important. No, listen, Stan Kroenke could have been there by himself, and it's like it's bad enough where now I get why they left L.A. because they say, oh, there was no fan support there. It wasn't enough. When it's bad when you're in Qualcomm Stadium, the old San Diego Charter Stadium, and there's Raiders fans taking over the entire stadium. Like, what type of home field advantage? They literally are the only team in the NFL right now that has no type of home field advantage.
No, they don't.
They don't. And when they play the Raiders again in LA, it's going to be 95% Raider fans. They're going to this. It's going to be horrible. It's bad over this. Like, how can you play for the Chargers and be like, yo, I have no home field advantage, like, whatsoever? It's terrible, but, you know.
Oh well.
Oh, well.
So let's go through week 10,
Yes.
the rest of week 10. Because even though Raiders are a decent team, I still don't want to talk about them. They suck to me forever.
Yeah.
All right. So first game I have here is going to be Bills at Cleveland. And I believe Cleveland's favored, right?
Yeah, the Browns are favored by 3 points, which is actually, I don't know how the Browns are favored by anything.
Me neither. Don't get it.
But
Like, I know Buffalo isn't all that, but like, I understand that Browns are now finally at home, but still, no.
I expect. Oh yeah, and this is when Kareem Hunt, the first game back from Kareem Hunt.
That's cute.
That's cute. He's not gonna do nothing because
The running game wasn't the problem to begin with, so I don't give a shit if you're gonna have the running back. So what?
it's the coach. The coach is still the problem. It's
Yeah.
the problem, and I think he will find a way again to lose this game. I want Buffalo. Buffalo will win this game.
I'm easily going Buffalo. They're easily gonna cover this.
Yeah, there you go.
Instead of winning by 3, they win by like 6 or something.
And then it's like my thing is that how does the Browns get so much media coverage when they suck?
Because they allow it. The quarterback doesn't stop talking shit, and then they have their receivers that just don't stop talking shit either. So it's kind of hard not to get media coverage from them, and it make it easy. They like the attention.
Cleveland, I understand that it was in L.A. or New York, but Cleveland, what's in Cleveland? Like, you do remember back in the NBA playoffs when Joakim Noah completely shit on Cleveland, says, you think Cleveland's cool? Like, when the Bulls played the Cavs in the playoffs, you say, you think Cleveland's cool? Like, it's factories and shit.
They're cool enough to bust his ass, though.
Yeah. LeBron did himself, though, but yeah.
Oh, that's what's new. That's his Cleveland life.
I'm going to pick the Bills, obviously.
Me too,
Bills
easy.
Bills should win this game by 10 points.
They're the Bills. I'm going with 6. They're
Right.
gonna find a way to underachieve that.
All right, go ahead.
Next game, Cardinals at Buccaneers, and according to this, Buccaneers are favored by 5. That's weird.
Yeah.
When I believe Cardinals are actually the better team here.
I think because the Buccaneers are home, probably they play pretty decent at home though.
They're 2-6. They play decent nowhere.
I'm still gonna go with the Cardinals to win
Me
this
too.
game.
That's
Cardinals
the
win
better
game.
team.
You're starting to see Kyler Murray, starting to get in a groove now. And even though I don't like Cliff Kingsbury, I think he's a joke, but it's working. It's working.
Hey, Adam Gase had a good season or two, so
Yeah, it's working
He's a
right
bum
now
ass coach, so.
until the league catches up and say, all right, that's enough.
yeah.
But
They only lost to like good teams too.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, and the teams they beat, they're supposed to beat.
yeah. So this is another one they probably should
I
beat.
mean, they literally tied their most wins for last year, so they have 3 wins already. They'll get 4, and they'll just be like, hey, listen, we got the win today.
I think what this will come down to is the Mike Evans versus Patrick Peterson show. Pat Peterson needs to redeem himself for what he did to last Thursday, not yesterday, 10 days ago.
Yeah, when they played against the 49ers.
Yeah, that was probably the worst I've ever seen him play in his career. He needs to fix that.
I mean, he's
because he could lock up Mike Evans. They should be fine.
I mean,
but
he's been inconsistent for a while now.
No, he was all time bad. There's a difference between being inconsistent
He's
and
not
being trash. That was his first game back.
Yeah,
or second game back, I think. Trash right now. So you need to stop being trash.
At least he's not Josh Norman horrible.
No, because Josh Norman been trash for like 3 years. He
didn't trash since he got to Washington.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going with the Cardinals.
Well, I think that's the X factor.
The Cardinals should win the game by at least 4. The Cardinals should win. They should cover the points.
Oh yeah, for the Bills, if you got Devin Singletary on fantasy, get on that. Yeah, and I can't really think of anybody else. No receivers. Tre'Davious White is like a beast, so I don't see Odell Beckham doing anything extravagant. And plus, again, the Browns suck. For this game, I think they're having David Johnson back. So if you have Kenyon Drake, don't get hype. Because they're probably going to share carries, or they're going to give majority of them to David Johnson again, which would be kind of stupid. Because I think, honestly, Kenyon Drake might fit this scheme more. Because he's more of a pass-catching back, and that's their whole little, hoopla.
Yeah.
And then once you do that, you have to spread out the entire defense. Since that happens, it'll be easier for Kenyon Drake to run because there'll be less people he has to go through, and he's a great receiver in space, running back in space. So I think he's better fit for this offense. So I think he should get at least half to more the majority of the carries. But they're not going to do that, especially since they're, paying David Johnson. He's going to get most of them. So if I'm a Kenyon Drake owner, I would think about having someone else. But that's up to y'all.
Okay. Next game.
Oh, and Chris Godwin starting. Next game's going to be Chiefs at Titans. Mr. Cojones is back. And they're favored by 6 at Titans.
Favored by 6? Oh, yeah, favored by 6?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
That's what it says here, right?
I mean, yeah, because this is before it says Patrick Mahomes starts.
Oh,
so I'm going to follow yours then. The Chiefs are favored by 6, right?
Yep, and Cojones is back.
Okay, so the Chiefs are going to win this game.
I had them winning regardless. But I wouldn't be surprised if they win by less than what I thought, because I don't know how Mahomes' mobility is going to be in this game. You know what I mean? Like, right. He only had 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks of rest.
Yeah.
When your knee almost came off. So I don't know. Do you think they rushed him back?
I wouldn't be surprised if they did, honestly.
Because they are only a game ahead of Raiders right now. Which is ridiculous to say. But they're only a game behind. They do have the win against them from earlier.
Yeah, so they should be all right. But I told you last week, I said, they should let Matt Moore get one more game and then, let him go in.
Yeah, don't they have a bye?
I think they have a bye next week.
They have a bye next week. So then rushing him back was actually kind of retarded. No, they play the Chargers next week.
I'm saying this is an easy game. So no game is easy, but you know what I mean. But they probably wouldn't have struggled with the Titans.
The week after that is their bye, week 12. They had a late bye. That's lucky them.
That's lucky them. Yeah, I think that's before they play the Patriots. So.
I believe you're right.
Yeah, they play the Patriots week 13. Nope. No, week 14. They have no problem. They should have no problem getting through them.
It's the Titans. You don't know that.
It's so annoying how inconsistent they are. Some games you're all right, cool, they're gonna sneak a win, and then next thing you know, they just get blown out by a random team. It's annoying. To get over, come on, but the Chiefs should have no problem beating them. So I'm going with the Chiefs.
That's why they're the ultimate spoiled team. If you think they're not gonna do nothing to you, you get lackadaisical. They're gonna kick you right in your throat. They're annoying.
They're a week 17 team. That they're out of the playoffs, but they'll stop you from getting to the playoffs.
Exactly. You don't want to see them.
Yeah, that's the team you don't want to see. So, but yeah, I'm going with the Chiefs.
All right. This will be easy. Falcons at Saints. The Saints are favored by 13.5, but I think it's too little.
The Saints will beat them by
at least 3 touchdowns.
21 points.
Yeah, we don't have to break this down. The Falcons can't.
They
can't cover anything, and Drew Brees is going to destroy after a bye week. Pretty kind of sucks that they have a bye week and going up against this. 2 weeks to prepare for the worst team arguably in the NFL.
And they really wanted to. They could have said,
worst team in the NFC.
They could have said, Teddy Bridgewater, you could have just rock out to the bye week and then we'll come back.
That's what I feel like they should have did.
Yeah, it makes more sense to do that.
It is what it is. I think Breeze just really wanted to come back because he was probably getting a little scared because Teddy Bridgewater was getting it done.
Yeah.
And then the more he played, the better he got. So Bree's like, no, hold on. I love you, but nah, this is my job. This is my quarter. I'm the quarterback. Like, you need to sit your ass down. I think that's what he did.
I wouldn't be surprised if they put 40 on them.
Yeah, they're gonna be about 3 touchdowns at least.
Yeah,
at least
3 touchdowns.
Yeah, they're easy cover. So you got any Saints players? I think the ones I would look for, besides Michael Thomas, let me think. What's that receiver's name? Like, damn, this is what happens when you don't remember names, man. From people, it's the Saints. The Saints always use like these people that don't belong in the NFL roster. They're similar to Patriots that way. And like they'll get touchdowns and stuff. I feel like one of their backup receivers is gonna get a touchdown. I think they'll be a good flex, but I don't know their names. So y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all go find them in the waiver wire because I guarantee you they're in the waiver wire, and go pick them up. Pick up the backup. That's not Ted Ginn. The other one. There's another one that they like that I don't like. I've seen him drop a lot of passes last year, but whatever. But yeah, don't worry about this. Yeah, fuck this game. All right. Next. Well, I mean, I don't want to say battle New York because New York is a good city. So I'm going to go battle Jersey.
The Jersey, yeah.
Jets are favored by 3. I thought this would be dead even, to be honest. Because they both suck. I'm picking the Giants, though.
I'm going to pick the Giants, too, because
they're Jets, still better, just not by much.
They're not better. And I expect, and the fact of the matter is that the Jets' D-line, I expect, even though as bad as the Giants' O-line is, I expect Saquon to go through run get crazy on them.
And who the hell's going to rush with the Jets? Thank you. There you go. So then who cares if they're back? Who's
no, but worse. Le'Veon Bell. If Le'Veon Bell doesn't eat against the Giants, man, just this.
You should demand a trade.
Shut it down. Because Adam Gase does not know what he's doing. He's terrible. Now, granted, I expect MetLife Stadium to be 85% Giant fans in that stadium. It'll sell out because...
Mind you, this is a quote-unquote Jets home game.
Yeah, it's a Jets home game. You're right.
Yeah, quote-unquote. Even though low-key is a home game for both of them. But, yeah, whatever.
They both I'm going to Giants.
I'm going to Giants, too.
But they both suck, though, so yeah.
Saquon Barkley should eat plenty.
How many interceptions do you think that Sam Darnold is going to throw against this team?
I'm going to go 2.
Daniel Jones, how many fumbles and interceptions do you think he'll get?
For Daniel Jones this time, I'm going to go no picks, 2 fumbles. Derwin. Jamal Adams will at least get 1 strip sack from blitz.
Oh, speaking of which, Leonard Williams, the former Jet, is playing against his old team, so who knows?
He's going to strip sack too. There you go. I forgot about that.
And also, Tremaine Johnson is out for the season because...
So what? They won't miss that.
He sucks. He make
Don't worry about that.
Get cut.
Don't worry about that. It's okay.
Yeah. It's okay.
They'll be all right. They probably like the fact that he's gone. Anyway.
Next.
Lions at Bears. The Bears are, for some reason, favored by 2.5.
I'm going with the Lions.
I'm going with the Lions, too.
The Lions will win this game.
I won't be surprised if Chicago wins it, though. We're actually kind of due for Trubisky. I could play quarterback sometimes game. But because Lions defense has been god-awful trash for at least the last month. So I wouldn't be surprised if Trubisky actually throws the football downfield and actually throws for an efficient 175 yards instead of trash 175 yards.
175. Did you know?
Is that not an improvement?
Did you know that he's on pace to throw for 2,400 yards in a season?
People do that in 4 games, bro.
Joe Namath can do that right now in his sleep. Joe Namath is he's like, I'm about to say he's dead. He's not dead.
He's not dead, and I don't think he's dying anytime soon.
Yeah,
I never seen such a scrappy old man in my life.
I mean, he still got it.
And I wouldn't doubt it.
I wouldn't doubt it, but he's still a bum though. But okay.
Oh yeah, he's whack.
He's whack. But listen, if you're gonna be, you're about to average 2,400 yards in a season.
They straight up get that in a month and a half, bro. They really
2,400 yards. That's terrible. You're approaching Ron Jaworski numbers and Joe Namath numbers. Jay Cutler could do more than that shit. It's terrible.
Yeah, let's just see how the Lions play this because last week, for some reason, they had a chance to win the game and they didn't have their 2 starting receivers on the field to get a game-winning touchdown.
I don't know what Matt Patricia was thinking in that game.
He's a gigantic retard. It wasn't game winning. It was on game time. My bad. But
they could have actually Then it's overtime. I'm like, why
Yeah.
why is not
Like,
Galladay?
what corner is gonna take on Galladay or Jones?
Who was killing that entire game regardless? Just killing.
Like Matt Patricia is a straight dumb asshole. Like, I don't understand. Oh, yeah. I just hate stupidity, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's so dumb. Well, anyway.
But, yeah.
Oh, you got more to say?
The Lions. I'm picking the Lions to win the game, but like you said before, if he can eclipse 200 yards, then the Chicago should be happy. Eclipse 200 yards, like 250 will be something. Like
They better put it towards David Montgomery, man.
that is terrible.
They better do it. Otherwise,
trash.
well, like I said, they are due for Mitchell Trubisky. I can sometimes play quarterback game. We'll see how this goes. All right, next game. Bye week for the Ravens at Bengals. Ravens are favored by 10.5 for some reason. It's about 50, but whatever.
The
that
Ravens-
rookie quarterback is starting on.
Oh yeah, Ryan Finley.
That kid.
The undrafted, he's a 6th round pick, I think.
Yeah, for some reason he's gonna play, right? And you know how young quarterbacks like to hold the ball for 50,000 years for like no reason. Well, you probably have the worst offensive line in football right now.
Yeah.
So at what point did anyone think this will actually be a good idea? I think it's gonna get murdered. Mind you, the Ravens don't have a pass rush.
I don't know what's that.
But they'll have enough of it to beat the crap out of this kid.
I don't know what Zach Taylor was thinking.
And there is no AJ Green. He's probably done for the year. So I don't know what's gonna happen to this kid, but I feel a little bad for him. Just a little bit.
He's gonna get demolished.
Yeah, he's gonna get destroyed.
But hey,
For some reason though, I
At
wouldn't be
least-
surprised if the Ravens don't cover the spread though. But
if Ravens don't cover the spread, they suck.
I mean, the Patriots lost them. So.
I don't care. They lost they beat the Patriots. Yeah. They won the Super Bowl. Ooh, who cares? But you can't.
Right, how many times Miami's done that over the years, right?
Yeah, whatever. But we'll keep on that. But yeah, Ravens. This should be an easy game. You should win by 4 touchdowns.
They're probably gonna coast, to be 100% honest. That's probably what they're gonna do. Probably gonna run the football. Lamar Jackson might throw like 4 passes and just run the whole game, and they win like 20 to 2.
Just
They'll give up a safety because why not? Like, you know,
just cover the point spread. If there's no reason why you cannot cover this point spread, there's no reason.
there isn't any.
The
reason.
Bengals are really hot garbage, and they're tanking for Tua, and they're tanking for anybody else who's a quarterback because they need one. I just feel bad that Miami won't get a quarterback this year.
Speaking of Miami, that's the next game. They're going to play my Colts, and my Colts are favored by 11, and it's at Indianapolis. So, similarly, what we said in the last game, the Dolphins, they're not going to get demolished. I don't know what Jacoby Brissett's playing. I didn't see the updated injury thing yet.
He's
They're still Brian Hoyer?
Yeah, Brian
He's
Hoyer.
still good, though. That's still fine.
Brian Hoyer
They're-
versus Ryan Fitzpatrick.
They should cover this spread,
They're
but
not.
I'm not sure.
They're not.
Right? I'm not
They're
sure.
not. They're not gonna cover the spread. I think it's gonna be a lot closer than you think.
Yo, they really don't care about that Tua kid.
They don't care. They don't care. I really think that they're gonna say, you know what, we're gonna get the right people in here, and we're gonna give the ranks to Rosen.
They should do that.
They should do that.
Hence why they're not going to do that, because them doing something smart is asinine. That's the smart thing to do.
Smart thing to do.
But they're not going to do that. They're
I'm
going
tell-
to waste their top pick on one quarterback that'll probably be a bust, and they're going to continue to go through this over and over again.
I mean,
That's what's going to happen.
I don't see the Colts covering, but
They're going to win.
they're gonna win.
They're
but
probably gonna coast
But
too.
I won't be surprised. But I'll tell you one thing: if they lose to Miami,
Oh, Houston got it. They're good.
Houston's gonna take this division, and y'all don't make the playoffs. How the hell you lose to the Dolphins? Like,
Yeah, if they lose to the Dolphins, the Steelers are taking a 60 to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to lose all hope for my Colts if they lose this game. You heard it right here.
they'll be their Colts.
It'll be those Colts.
Those Colts.
Those
Not-
same old Colts that used to get demolished by everybody back in 2011. You're going to be the same level as that. Mind you, you have like 6 times as many wins as that team.
Oh my God.
That's how mad I'm going to be. All right, well, let's continue. We have 3, possibly 4 Game of the Week candidates, and they're all in a row right now.
Okay, that's great.
So we're going to start with Panthers at Packers, and the Packers are favored by 5.5 points. This is tough, especially with the giant egg the Packers laid last week. However, since they're at home, and I don't believe Aaron Rodgers will revert back to his trash self from last year,
I'm going to Packers.
he's going to kill. So I'm going with the Packers too.
Yes. Had they been in Charlotte, I would have said no. But you're right. They got embarrassed by the San Diego Chargers last week. Embarrassed, like literally embarrassed. Like he looked like shit. But they're at Lambeau. I feel expecting to get
The reason why this is a massive problem for the Packers is because their rush defense is trash, and they're going against probably the best running back in football Yeah. I don't think they're gonna cover the spread. This might come down to the wire.
It's not coming out.
Christian McCaffrey alone will put like 24 points
on
the board.
You said it fair by 6 points?
By 5.5.
Yeah, 6 points.
I don't think they're covering.
They're not covering. It's gonna come down to a field goal.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's gonna come down to is Mason Crosby still in the team?
Yes, of course. I don't even know who was the kicker before that, man. I forgot.
Mason Crosby. No, Nick Folk.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Nick
It was.
Folk,
It was.
Right. Nick Folk, yeah.
That's how long Crosby was in there. Their kicker, the other, I forgot.
What's the wait? Nick Folk? No, I'm lying. Nick Folk would never play for the Packers. He was on the Packers when I was playing Madden 11 in college. I used Nick Folk as my kicker in my Dynasty mode. But Nick Folk never played for the Packers.
I'm gonna look all this up.
He played for the Jets.
Yeah, he did play for the Jets. At that time, he was playing for the Jets.
2010,
yes.
yeah, but he never played for the Packers.
I have no idea who the kicker is.
Mason Crosby's been there since
forever.
Forever.
He's been there since 1920 something. We'll go with that.
Yeah,
anyway,
next game.
Yeah, nothing else to say, right?
Nah.
This is gonna be a crazy game.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey is going to run all over them.
However, just watch out for the health of Devontae Adams. If he's healthy, this might actually blow open the game. Because you can McCaffrey it all you want. If Aaron Rodgers is flinging it, because their weakness in that Panthers defense is their secondary. So, and Bradbury's not there, if I'm not mistaken.
It's interesting what's going to happen because now that Kyle Allen will have the whole season to go.
I still don't like him.
Even though a lot of people you don't like him, but it's crazy how he's able to guide them through all this. Cam Newton's done for the season, which they think that he played his last year in Carolina.
Yeah, everybody's saying that.
But
I won't believe it yet.
I don't believe it till I see it. But right now, probably towards the end of the year, we'll see. I think that he feels disrespected. I don't know. But they say that if they cut him at the end of the year, they save $19 million if they cut him.
Wow.
So that's interesting take right there. But we probably talk about that much later in the season.
Yeah, we're gonna get there eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah, I'm honestly kind of excited to do the off season with this show, man.
Not usually I think
that's probably the most fun part.
And the coaching carousel, Black Monday coaching carousel.
Oh yeah,
I can't wait.
Man.
Probably like week 17, we'll probably be like, all right, who doesn't get fired? That's gonna be funny. No, I don't want to make you lose their job, but you know what I mean. But you know, it's pretty good to predict shit like that. But,
yeah, I got you. No, I just can't wait for that. Well, anyway. The next game, Rams at Steelers. Very intriguing game. The Rams are favored by 3.5 points. They're at Heinz Field.
The Rams will win this game, but they're not going to cover. I think it's going to come down to the finish, come down to a field goal.
Mm-hmm.
Come down to a field goal, and I predict that Chris Boswell will miss the game-winning field goal in Hinesville, giving the Rams the win.
On a side note, the kicker that played in Green Bay before Mason Crosby was Ryan Longwell.
Ryan Longwell?
Yeah, but there was a kicker in between them. I didn't count him when he played for a year with them. And it's Dave Rayner. I never heard of the guy in my life. But Ryan Longwell, yeah, was kicker before that. That was Brett Favre's kicker, basically, 97 to 2005.
Jesus.
Yeah. And Mason Crosby has been the kicker for the Green Bay Packers for the last 12 years. I knew he was there forever. He's literally been kicking since I started watching football. Damn. That's why I had no idea.
Damn. I could have sworn. I could have sworn Nick Folk played for the Packers. Nah. But I thought that was in the game of Madden. I played in Madden for my Dynasty mode.
All right, back to the topic. I'm picking the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think that's my wild card pick of the week. And I'm picking them based on, I don't know how many Rams games I've seen, like 2 or 3. I know their line is not good at all. You could argue that's their biggest weakness in their offense. But another weakness they have is how Jared Goff does not have any idea how to deal with pressure still. And Pittsburgh has a lot of that. That is by and far their biggest aspect in their defense. So that versus that, and Pittsburgh knows how to get home. So that versus the inconsistencies of Jared Goff and their disgusting thing they call offensive line, that is the only saving grace I really have for the Steelers actually quote unquote upsetting the Rams when they have basically the same freaking record. But if they don't get home, Cooper Kupp is going to be going crazy in this game, and that scares the crap out of my pick and Steelers fans when they actually have a shot to make the postseason. On the other side of the ball, the Jalen Ramsey pickup, that's going to be interesting to see if he really fits in their system when going up against Juju and a couple of those little receivers. I don't like Mason Rudolph. So I don't think if the Steelers have a chance of winning this game, this has to be a low-scoring game. It has to be. So I hope they can run the football. Otherwise, they're not scoring points to me.
Makes sense.
But we'll see.
So I think it's gonna be a low-scoring game, and I said before, I don't know why I thought about this though. I said, Chris Bob will miss the game with a field goal. That seals the deal for the Rams.
He's due for that.
But I think he's due for it because they should have lost to the Colts last week, but I think he's due for that. Yeah,
he is.
Yeah, he is.
But yeah, that's a tough one. This is a tough game to call. But my wild card pick is gonna be Steelers.
Okay.
I low-key kind of want them to be the postseason. I don't know why. It's kind of funny. The Sunday night matchup, another candidate for game of the week, the Vikings at Dallas Cowboys, and the spread is Dallas favored by 3.
I'll take the points in the game. I think the Cowboys gonna win the game.
Me too.
I think
Kirk Cousins in prime time. That's a joke.
Oh yeah,
We're done.
it's a joke. It's a joke. Yeah, in his prime time. Shit, it's too. I don't understand. How can you be so trash in the big game? Like how can you say, if it's primetime football, man, there's no gonna
I'm
lose.
getting my ass whooped.
There's no gonna lose. Like, come on, like grow up here, motherfucker. Like, what you doing?
Word up.
Like, for real. Like, what happens? What would have happened if Kirk Cousins was in the Miami Miracle, not the Minnesota Miracle, because the Saints a couple of years ago?
Mm-hmm.
If he was there, they would have lost.
Yeah, they would have.
They would have lost. They would have had me to make the playoffs.
They would have. He would have missed that throw or got it picked off or something. That's
picked
what would
off
have happened.
something. It's just damn. Like Kirk Cousins, he's
literally the epitome of unclutch. He doesn't have a clutch freaking chromosome in his body. Like, I don't understand how you can be a professional athlete and not perform when you're supposed to. Like, what's the point? It's almost like you're stealing money.
He's stealing money. That's not guaranteed money he got right there.
Yeah. Now, what I want to see is the matchup between Dallas offense versus the Vikings defense. I think that is going to be the biggest factor. Not Kirk Cousins' bum ass. Because the Vikings could still win him this game. It's just I need to see how Dak Prescott go up against this little rush they have. And I need to see if Ezekiel can get going at all against this really ferocious front seven of the Vikings. If they can block, Dallas that is, they can block, Amari Cooper should be running around all over this freaking bum-ass secondary. But we'll see if that happens. On the other side of the ball, Dallas is already playing with a handicap with bum-ass Kirk Cousins at quarterback. So all you really have to do is find a way to slow down Dalvin Cook, and then you should be fine. Because it doesn't matter if he got receivers there. And I think Adam Thielen's hurt again. So I think it's just Stephon Diggs by himself this time. It doesn't matter if he has receivers. Kirk Cousins is going to mess this up. So don't worry about it. Just focus on Dalvin Cook. You should be fine. So Dallas has a gimme to me, but it's not going to be a gimme. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be a good one to watch. So I'll be there right in front of my TV, cursing out Kirk Cousins, laughing at him.
Yeah.
But the Cowboys winning by more than 3. They'll cover it. And the probably game of the week, so it might not be the game of the week. For all I know, it could be a beating for one side. Seahawks at the undefeated 49ers, and the 49ers are favored, of course, by 6.5. And I think that's way too much. And even if they win, there is no way in hell they're covering that to me.
I agree.
I have Seattle win this game, though. I think they're going to take one, and then Seattle lose at home to San Francisco later. They'll split. But I think their first loss will happen against Seattle.
Well, I think Seattle wins the game, too. But Russell Wilson,
MVP.
This will decide if he wins the MVP or not. If he goes in there, goes into San Francisco and busts the 49ers' ass.
Our team might have it locked, yes.
That's locked. He'll
locked.
have it locked.
Assuming he, God forbid, doesn't
get hurt. Yeah. He'll have that locked.
He won't have a Carson Wentz.
He had it locked already, yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, if he wins this game, defeats his undefeated team in good fashion, actually quarterbacking, unlike the guy in Baltimore, he will actually I think he'll lock it too.
Yeah.
But if he loses, it won't affect him that much. It is what it is. So he can't lose the situation when it comes to that war in this game. Unless he throws like 7 interceptions and it's the sole reason why I lose the game, then okay. But realistically, Russell Wilson's not an interception machine. He's never been and never will. So that won't happen. But this will solidify his MVP moment if he plays like the MVP that he's going to be. Now, the matchups in this game, they favor the 49ers heavily. But, stuff happens.
Yes.
The one thing that the the San Francisco thing has to really look out for, even though they have the tools to do it, is Russell Wilson and his arm. And it's not just his arm, it's escapability. That Russell Wilson has to get out of his pocket more than he has to in order to win this game. He's gonna have to use that what Deshaun Watson's been doing on the other side in the AFC. That's what Russell Wilson has to do, because Nick Bosa and company is gonna be destroying that offensive line with zero problems. So he's gonna have to find a way to escape and let Tyler go down deep. Unfortunately, they're playing against Richard Sherman, who has completely found his groove back. So that's gonna be tough. Let's just hope for the Seattle's sake that Richard Sherman is. I haven't looked at a lot of tape, so I'm not sure if Richard Sherman does the only cover one side thing like he did in Seattle. But if he does, I will definitely plug DK Metcalf and use him as a freaking scapegoat. And Tyler Lockett should be the one going crazy, because he has speed advantage over everybody else and the better route running over everybody else. I don't know if you're going to see Josh Gordon or not, but this is a big game. Maybe not.
No, I don't think Josh.
This is a really big game.
I don't think you'll see him.
But I think Tyler Lockett is a thing. And I'm hoping to God that even though the 49ers, I guess if they have a weakness in the front seven, is probably the inside rush, like inside running defense. You can run in there a little bit, but I think their line is more better for pass rushing than it's a run defense. So I think running up the gut will do it, but just hoping that Pete Carroll doesn't rely on it to the point where it hinders Russell Wilson.
Yeah, because Chris Carson fumbles the ball a lot.
Yes, that piece of crap does fumble a lot. So, yeah, don't do that. On the other side, this defense they're playing against, the 49ers, that is very opportunistic, but they're soft. So, I think the only way that defense does well is if Pete Carroll just literally lived in front of, like, a TV and game planned this literally from the minute they finished last week's game to now, because the only way they'll perform well is if they scheme well. I honestly don't know how they're going to stop this rush attack that San Francisco has. And I think they're getting their offensive line back, and I think Juszczyk might be back too. So they're playing a healthy 49ers offense. That's scary. So like I said, the 49ers matchup-wise are heavy favorites, but when you got a gut feeling, I'm just going with my gut feeling. Yeah. I think Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson, the better coach and quarterback combination, is going to find a way to prevail.
I don't expect Jimmy G to. I think Jimmy G, like I said, will not have the game he had against Arizona.
No,
it'd be like 175, 185, 195, maybe like a touchdown. But mostly gonna run the ball. We're gonna run the ball for the most part. Mm-hmm. I just don't see it happening. And let the defense. They're kind of like. I don't want to say the ground and pound Jets in 2010. I want to say that, but you know what I mean. But,
right? Don't disrespect the 49ers.
Yeah, I'm not gonna disrespect them like that, but. You know, you see, I give the Jets a compliment. Psych.
Psych.
Bums. But yeah, it should be an interesting matchup. And hey, it's about time ESPN Monday Night Football got a good game for once.
Right?
For once. Like, oh my God, you know how tiring it is to watch a Monday Night Football game? It's so terrible. Like, the last 4 weeks have been hot garbage. I mean, except for the Patriot game, because we were actually there, and it was absolutely great.
Yeah, but that's different reasons. The game wasn't very good, but, the experience was.
It was awesome. I'll definitely do it again.
All right. So, that is it for Week 10.
Yes.
And preview there. Let's go through a little bit of some NBA stuff. Okay. Just a bit, because I lazily didn't prepare for it. I will be doing a lot of preparing tomorrow during my job where I do nothing. So I have lots of time to go ahead and prepare for next week. But right now, the story, at least from what I'm hearing, is that Steph Curry actually might be shut down for the year.
And that's going to suck. So that means that, you know how people say the Golden State Warriors, man, I mean the playoffs?
Yeah, that's guaranteed. If you're not playing, that's guaranteed. Which then will mean if Steph Curry's getting shut down, that means that Klay Thompson most likely will get shut down too. So they are guaranteed at that point, at least to me, to be a top 5 in the lottery.
Don't be surprised if they trade Draymond.
I wouldn't be surprised either. So that is a problem for the league in the future.
Yeah. Because
now they can look for a top wing prospect to bring into their organization. And they'll group him up with a healthy Steph and a healthy Klay. That's a huge problem. And I also believe that they're going to, maybe by February, or January, the trade deadline, they're going to find someone.
It's February.
It's February, yeah. To find someone to take D'Angelo Russell off their hands.
Which I think is going to happen.
Which is the reason why they'll probably keep Draymond, because they'll have enough money to re-sign him. Because they're not going to keep up. It's one or the other. And Draymond is more valuable because of defensive presence. So they'll find a way to count someone, and then whatever pieces they get from that, whether it's picks, whether it's players, combination, whatever they get from that, plus the high draft pick they'll have in June, July, and then the healthy Steph and healthy Clay back, that is problematic for the rest of the league. Probably in 2021, not 2020, because you got to get everything together and whatnot, and then the Lakers and Clippers are still, world beaters. So
speaking of the Clippers, I'm glad you mentioned it. Obviously, this is the big deal for
the low management.
I was not. First of all, my thing is this. Obviously, I'm more into football. I'm more into football during this time of the year because that's what we do. That's the bread and butter of this podcast for the most part.
For now, yeah.
For now, yes.
You could see a big 180 when January, February hits.
Yeah. So that's different. That's just me. My attention's on football right now.
It is.
But
we're in the middle of the NFL regular season. NBA season just started, and the NBA action doesn't really start until Christmas or MLK Day. That's in January. So who cares about what's going on right now outside of real injuries, like what happened to the Warriors?
But my thing is that the low management thing. Now, the problem I have with it is this. I agree that if you're a fan of you buy tickets, the consumer that buys the tickets.
Yeah, it sucks for them.
It sucks for them. And the NBA has, even though they say, oh, the Spurs did it before, they have a problem. It was a problem then too, especially with national televised games.
But they were like one of the only ones doing it. And when they were doing it a lot, David Stern didn't give a shit about anything. So we're going to really get on the Spurs about that. They got in trouble, I think, one time. And it was later in the season when they did it too. When they were playing against the Heat.
Yeah, and they didn't play none of their starters.
Yeah, and I think Miami might have done the same thing. I think the only person that played was Bosh. I think Wade and LeBron sat along with Duncan and the rest of them. Yeah, and that was a massive problem. That was a national televised game.
Yeah, it was a Saturday night game.
They had no choice but to come down to both of them.
You know why? Because the ESPN saying, you know what it is? ESPN. The reason why the NBA players are getting paid so much money because ESPN overpaid for the TV rights. They overpaid for the TV rights. So obviously they're complaining. Say, wait a minute. So
you know what's funny about that too? That TNT is still like the best broadcaster when it comes to NBA.
It is.
But they get the finals though. At ESPN. That's probably why.
Yeah, because they're paying more. They're paying more for it. So which makes sense. But
I wish TNT get the finals. I'd love to see Shaq and them in the finals.
TNT is the best. Well, TNT is the best broadcast for basketball.
Yeah, it's not even close.
It's not even close. But ESPN pays more. So had this happened on TNT, they wouldn't have complained as much. But since it happened on ESPN, that's why they made it a big deal out of it. Because I know the people on ESPN were not happy. First of all, the games for that day, right? It was the Rockets, it was the Warriors and the Rockets. The Warriors looked nothing like they were last year. It's like, so you're already losing on that already. And then the night game was the Clippers and the Bucks. And the Bucks was like, yo, so for that game, for both days, for both games, for that one day, it was bad. Like I can imagine the ratings was like such like low, even though the Clippers kept it close. But still, it sucks for the fans.
It's too early for low management. Like there was why are you sitting Kawhi Leonard so early? Like you don't have to do it. It's been 2 weeks. There's no reason to rest him this early.
What they was talking about, they were saying that that Kawhi had.
I heard that he wasn't healthy. I did hear that.
He was negotiating, saying, listen, because remember he only played 62 games last year for the Toronto Raptors, and they won a championship. So my thing is this, and I'm going to repeat what Chris Broussard said. He said that if the Clippers win a championship, then no one's going to complain about it. But my thing is that I feel for the consumer, saying that you're cheating the consumer.
That's the only reason why this is a quote unquote problem for me. I want to say problem for me because I don't really care what Rat says. I'm gonna take the side of the players almost every single time. But I feel like it's November. If it's November, why are you already talking about low management already?
I mean, I get why.
If it's March and you already have a playoff spot, okay, you know what I mean? Like that's fine going into it. But at November, there's no reason to do that. But I did get reports that Kawhi Leonard actually isn't healthy, so that's fine.
But then they found Doc Rivers for saying he feels great, even though the NBA said, yo, he's not healthy. But then Doc Rivers go on to say, yo, he's great. So somebody's lying. Somebody's lying.
Somebody's lying, yeah.
Somebody's lying, so it don't look good at all. But my problem is they played in Milwaukee. They played in Milwaukee for the ESPN game, right? Which you're only going to see the Clippers play in Milwaukee once a year, unless they go to the finals. So I'm talking about and then the next day they played Portland in LA. I'm like, yo, so you mean to tell me that the people who only gonna see Kawhi Leonard once in Milwaukee
don't have a chance
to see him? That it's not fair. That's why I say it's not fair, and it's going to be a bigger problem.
It is
down the road.
And knowing Adam Silver is gonna shut this down, knowing him.
He not have no choice.
He's gonna do
First
it.
of all, David Stern was they would have been shut this down a long time ago. But the problem is,
when they had to do with cash, you're right.
The problem
100%.
is Adam Silver is too. It's nothing wrong with being a players commissioner. It's nothing wrong with that.
I didn't even know that existed, but that is exactly what he is, though.
He's a players commissioner, and like I said, what they did on Wednesday with the Bucks, that shit would never happen in the NFL. Like, no, you're not bigger than the league. You're not bigger than the league. And these players think they're big. They're big. They are the star. They are driving the league.
And the NBA, this is a players' league.
Yeah,
there is no question about that.
Like I said, let's say if Malcolm Brogdon, who plays for the Pacers, I can't play. No one's gonna give a shit. No one's gonna care.
No, it was only the stars.
It's stars, like I said, but but it's a problem. It's not a bigger problem people think it is, but it will be a problem when long road. When ESPN says, "Oh, words, so y'all like doing this shit now." When the next time they have a TV deal agreement, they're like, "Nah, well, we're not gonna pay you all this money." That's the reason why all NBA players is getting top dollar. Scrubs are getting like $40 million by scrubs. You know what I'm saying? So, my mom say scrub mean like average players who should be getting paid that much bread, but they'll get money like that anyway. But I'm telling you, they're gonna lower it down.
They're trash to me.
You know what I mean? But that's
I'm a worse critic in NBA than I'm in NFL. Well, yeah. Y'all gonna find that out in a couple months.
But as far as that, we'll see how that goes from there.
Yeah, it's like I'm a pro player, dude. Like you, especially to me, this time of year doesn't really matter that much. Like it is what it is. I just feel like for the consumers who paid this money to come see you and you're not there, like dog. Like I feel for them. That's the only thing.
There's another topic that kind of like got to me too. Like the Knicks are 1-7. The Knicks are 1-7, which we knew.
Yeah, they're gonna suck.
They're gonna suck.
Then they're gonna go on this little run. Whatever.
But
yeah.
the positives is R.J. Barrett. Even though they're losing, R.J. Barrett is showing you guys that you guys.
Y'all got something.
You got something over there. He's good. And you have people in the crowd in Madison Square Garden. These fickle New Yorkers.
Come on, you already know.
Talking about fire David Fizdale. Like what? Fire Steve Mills, Steve Mills, and the other GM, the other president of the Knicks. I think it's Scott Perry or Steve Mills. I don't know their name.
New York fans need to stop.
Listen. They have something going on there. And come on, man, just stop it. Like, for the most part, they're in most of these games, except for the Kings game, the Pistons game. They just blew it out. When the Knicks competitive, like I said, just make it competitive.
That's a good sign.
It's a good sign. RJ, like I said, even if they get another lottery pick next year's draft, they're gonna be
good.
That's good, but don't stay fired, Fizdale. Listen, you can say
this roster is not good enough to make any noise. So who gives a shit?
I mean, Julius Randle's trash. Julius Randle's garbage. He can't play defense to save his goddamn life.
I can't play defense.
But there's something there. Just give them a chance. Like I said, you can see somewhat stability in the Knicks front office with the general manager and the president. As long as Jim Dolan is not running shit, he's not.
Basically, they totally want Phil Jackson back. That's what it is.
Huh?
They want Phil Jackson back. That's what it is.
They still paying him. Are they still paying him? That's ridiculous.
I don't know. Are they?
It's ridiculous, man. That's what Jim Dolan's terrible. But
yeah, I like that. We're gonna end it with that. James Dolan can go suck a dick. That's pretty much the way we end this, right?
Yeah, we'll do that. Probably in the end of the year, we should do like the worst owners in sports.
Oh, we're gonna have fun this all season.
It's gonna be so much fun because
it's gonna be great.
How 3 of the owners in New York City are probably be on this list.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
In a couple months.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, like I said earlier in the podcast,
like, share, subscribe.
That
we're on YouTube.
That
we're on iTunes. iHeartradio.
That
Spotify.
That too.
Anything you think
everywhere.
Of, anything you can think of, we got it.
In your freaking radio in your car.
Even
I'll find a way to get there.
Even the bootleggers on 3rd Avenue selling CDs, we're there too.
Lord have mercy.
That'd be pretty funny though if they did though.
Right. I feel like that'd be impressive.
Very impressive.
Well, with all that said, all joking aside, we love you guys.
Peace, guys.
Peace out.